Hey everyone, I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but I was just kind of thinking about some things, and I just always feel like it's just so nice to share and open up to other people. That's the whole point of this group, and it doesn't always have to be planned. And though I want to stick to a schedule of having something that maybe you guys might look forward to each week. I also go through so many moments throughout the day where I'm like, oh man, or I have like a big aha moment, and I just want to have that conversation with someone, but there's no one around but kids. So my husband's at work today, and we have lots of interesting conversations, and we're like, oh man, we should have recorded that. That was really an interesting conversation. So, and there's also always this big pressure I feel before doing a video, and I think that comes from my own insecurities of, oh, okay, well, we all do it, like, oh, gotta have the perfect picture, gotta look perfect before you post something, gotta, have everything in order before we do expose ourselves to the world. And I think that's where we're all getting lost, is we all portray this perfect image of ourselves because we don't want anyone to see our imperfections and insecurities. And I don't want to fall into that. I don't want to keep falling into that. I have fallen into that, and I don't want to keep doing that anymore. And I don't want to keep putting that out there anymore, because it's not realistic. And that's how everyone gets sucked into just thinking that everyone has their shit together when they're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, and you're always posting the perfect picture or the fun things that you're doing. And, then someone's scrolling through and they're like, oh, look at that person, they're having so much fun. And it kind of makes you feel like shit about yourself. You start getting down on yourself, and you start kind of just getting stuck in this rut of I guess, cheering other people on instead of putting the own work in for yourself. And I definitely don't have all my shit together. And I don't want this group to be sucked into like that idea that I'm just trying to start something that speaks to my heart and soul. What makes me feel good is connecting and sharing and inspiring and creating that ripple effect. For me, that is what I truly feel like I'm here to do. And it's not to, I think the reality of that is being in the moment with other people as well when you're going through those hard times. Because I feel like I am going through hard times right now. And I'm not going to come on here acting like I have my shit together and I'm getting something starting and I'm creating this and I'm creating that. And that's what I want to do and that's what I'm working towards. But it's all not just a big bowl of cherries. So that's just the pressure I feel before I do a video. And I've had those aha moments where I know that I don't want to be sucked into portraying that I'm perfect, because we all know nobody's perfect. And that's the whole point of your perfect awareness, is we're all imperfectly perfect. And we're all meant to be where we are and become aware of the moments that we're in, and then feel that and go from there without judging other people of where they are, right? So that's not really what I want to share, but that's just my that was a whole other topic, but that's just my feeling that I have of when I do videos of trying to be perfect or pictures. And I know that we all feel that, and I just want people to realize that that's not reality. And don't get down on yourself just because someone seems to be portraying this perfect life, because we're all going through things that we don't talk about. And what I really wanted to talk about was, well, yesterday I thought it was Wednesday, but it was actually Thursday. So that's why I said I was going to pull more cards today, because I want to do cards on Wednesday for people just as a bit of inspiration before the weekend. But I'll still do that, but today's Friday. I thought it was Wednesday, or I thought it'd be Thursday today. So, but I'll still do that. And yesterday I went through a bit of yesterday I got upset with my daughter because she had painted. She got an easel and acrylic paints and stuff for Christmas, and she was painting last night, and she washed her stuff out in the bathroom, but she didn't really clean up the whole mess. She cleaned it up pretty well, but there was things that she didn't wipe up that should have been cleaned up. And so I got upset with her over that. And it was towards the end of the night, and I was really tired, and I probably overreacted. But she went to bed feeling really down, and I knew she was tired too, but I also know that she reflects a lot of how I'm feeling, because I've experienced that before. And kids are super sensitive to energy, and they reflect who we are. They mirror who we are and what we're feeling. So she was crying, and she was just feeling really negative, and she was feeling really indecisive, saying she didn't know, she felt like she didn't know what she wants ever. Like, she'll feel like doing something, but then she'll start doing it, and it's like, well, I don't really want to do that anymore. And she feels kind of stuck in the middle. I know that's how I'm feeling, because like I had explained in one of my videos before, I feel change. I feel like I need a change. I feel stuck. So I know she's mirroring what I'm feeling. And I know that things go a lot deeper than that, as far as feelings and traumas and stuff that are stored down, that we do pass that energy onto our kids. And that can be something we talk about another time. But my son is also feeling that. Both of my kids want their rooms changed around, and they're kind of just longing for something different. And that's how me and my husband are feeling also. And it's creating also that energy throughout our house, through my kids, who are feeling like they're not sure where they quite fit in. They aren't sure what they feel like. And I just explained to her that's okay to navigate through that, and it's okay to feel a bit lost sometimes, and it's okay to be indecisive and feel that. Just feel it. And when something comes your way, you'll know what's right, and it'll speak to your heart, and it'll bring you joy, and you'll know that's what you want to do. So I had left her room, and then she was still crying after. So I went back in there, and I just sat with her while she cried, and she just cried and cried and cried. And I just sat there with her, and I didn't say anything other than it's okay to cry. Just cry and let it out. And I said, whatever it is you're feeling, you just need to feel it and get it out. Just cry. It's okay. And I'm here with you. And that was all I said. And she cried for a few minutes. And then I asked her if she wanted me to get my singing bowl and my crystals and do a little energy session with her. So I did that. And that really helped her feel a lot better. And then after, she asked me to give her a reading. So I gave her a past, present, future reading, and it was perfect. It was exactly what she needed to hear. just she, with picking up on the energies that's been going on in my life and my husband's life, and about how we've been going through emotional ups and downs, and it's created worry in her. And a card came up. Her past card was, stop worrying, it's going to be fine. And so, we had a good conversation about things that, sometimes you don't normally talk about. So that was really good. And then she offered to give me a reading, and she did amazing. It was so great. And she told me exactly what I needed to hear. She laid the cards out and she just went right at it, and it was so perfect. It was such a nice moment for us. But my point is that when we're feeling something and our kids pick up on it, and you can take a look at your kids' behavior and their feelings and emotions and think to yourself, where is that coming from within me? Because when we're feeling insecure or when we're feeling angry, our kids pick up on that, and they're very sensitive to energy, so they start to act that way too. Or just their fears and insecurities are a big mirror of our own. And so, last year when I was in a spot where I just felt like I just didn't know my purpose, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? Yes, I have kids, and I have an amazing family and a roof over my head, and that's all great, but there's got to be more to it than that. For me, that's what I felt, and I just felt like I didn't know where I fit in. And she was upset one day, and she was crying, and she came and hugged me, and she said, I just don't know my purpose. I don't know why I'm here. And that really hit me hard, because I had never said those words out loud to her or to anyone in those times. I was just, those were the thoughts playing in my head day in and day out, was what's my purpose? What am I doing here? So she picked up on that and was feeling that, and came and said that to me. So that's how important it is to face what we're feeling, because our kids feel it too, and we need to take action with it and reflect on it and notice where it's coming from, and just so it doesn't keep lingering around and have that effect on our kids also, because that's not theirs to carry, right? So that was what was on my mind. And it's just, a lot of times people don't, when kids are crying, as well as other people, they don't need someone to be like asking them questions. It's just so nice to have someone sit with you and hold you, and know that they're going to sit with you through it and face it with you. And sometimes that's all someone needs, is a bit of empathy. And so that's what I overcame last night with my daughter. And they want to change their rooms around, so we're going to go tackle that today. And I'm going to lay out some cards and leave those out for you guys to see what one you're drawn to, and what advice or what pops up for you for the weekend. And yeah, I'll post a video of it later. So hope you guys are all having an awesome Friday, and we will chat later.